I think I gotta do another spin. Cause it's Halloween. Like Antony, I gotta do another spin. Cause bitch is Halloween. Woo! I gotta do one more spin. It's the Halloween edition, baby. It's the Halloween edition. We in this baby. What's goody, goody, good? Yo, big shout out to you for joining in. It's the Football Power Hour. Listen, I didn't do a sound check. Why? Because I'm on my way to a Halloween party right now. And I'm onesie gang. I know. Yo, onesie gang. Stand up. Pap said we back. Pap said we back. Pap said we back. Yo, Pep Guardiola said we back in the mix, man. He said he got a feeling United is back in the mix. So you know what I'm saying? I got to twerk for the likes. But this is what I was really, really trying to focus on. It's like, you know, right now, the way Man United is playing, it's a joy to watch. So I'm just going to go ahead and share the energy, the joyful energy, and be like, yeah, one more spin. Like Antony, because it's Halloween. It feels so good when United win. yo, for real, it's a beautiful time right now to be a United fan. So this is what I want to say. Happy Halloween. Big shout out to you for tuning in one more time. And also, the more important thing is that we're alive and we're thriving and we're good and safe and just able to just like, you know, take in another day. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much we're nearing the end of the year. If you still, this is the time to really be thinking about the New Year's resolutions and really starting to internalize them and actualizing them right now, so they don't just become a far-fetched reality. But anyway, whatever. This is not a pep talk. This is just a West Ham. It's a Manchester United versus West Ham review. So welcome to that. It's the Football Power Hour. Thank you for joining in. Oh man. We gotta do the grades real quick because I gotta go to this party. You know what I'm saying? But big shout out to Manchester United and Erik ten Hag for pulling that off. So that just goes to them for putting the 3 points in the bag, because you know what? West Ham came through and they left empty-handed. So for that, Erik ten Hag and the Manchester United players deserve all the credit and the praise they deserve, because it was a game of get that goal and then, eventually close the shop. And Erik ten Hag might have closed the shop a little bit too early. That's another question for another day. But like right now, we're just going to focus on that and be like, this is a beautiful 3 points that we needed. And after this, it means like, pretty much, if we keep going in this momentum, top 4 by World Cup. That's what I'm going to put out there. I'm just going to say the goal is top 4 by the World Cup. And that's not a totally unrealistic goal. That's a very, very highly achievable goal. So I hope our team, if you're not a Manchester United fan, it's all good in the hood. I hope you still get a chance to really, appreciate the good football that we're playing right now. Because, man, did you see that Antony's fan? He didn't do it versus West Ham, obviously, because he was injured, but he did it in the game previously, prior to that, and man, that's what I crave. I don't know what you crave. I don't know what you watch football for, but I don't watch it. This is not a motherfucking airport. This is not a protocol observe every time, all the time type situation. But it's routine. It's too routine if it's just that. We need some people being brave. We need some people taking risks. We need some people doing some flair, putting you on the edge of your seat. And that's what Antony does, and I love that. Antony, I hope one time this season you spin not once, not twice, but 3 times. I'm dizzy, but I hope you don't get dizzy like me, because like I'm, Antony, we need you to be making sure that skill attracts the players, and then you find the free player, and then you make a decisive move, because that's what pretty much Erik ten Hag was driving at, which is what I love, because everybody was just sort of like, hey, why did you sub him? You know what I mean? But like it was just kind of like, and this is like a response to the prior game. This is not even the West Ham game anyway. So, but matter of fact, let's wrap up the Antony conversation, right? By doing this real quick diversion. You remember this? Arteta, Mikel Spursy Arteta, big homie subscriber in the channel. He was a big part of like this lesson. I'm not going to go through everything. If you want the details, go back to module 1 on the CR7 in-out conversation, because this is I'll give you a summary. This is just a spectrum that says there's the people that believe in Keanism, the Roy Keanists, that say, if you substitute me in the 88th minute, then you gotta understand that shit happens. I'm not somebody that's here for 88th minute time, don't even be kind of minutes. And that's what the Keanists believe. They're like Ronaldo in anytime, and then the Ronaldo out is the Gary Nevilles, and they believe in the hill concept, that like Ronaldo is over the hill, and pretty much you just gotta let the other people shine and watch them shine. So, and matter of fact, Gary Neville takes it a step further than like what you'd say Scholes and yet the Stamites. The Stamites are more like very balanced, but Scholes and Stamites, that this is where they lie in the spectrum. As I was saying about the Nevillists, is that they believe, that school of thought believes Ronaldo should get the hell out ASAP. And that is why Ronaldo snubbed the motherfucker during the pre-match build-up. Ronaldo came through, said what up to Jerry Redknapp, said what up to Carragher, I believe, and then, was like, oh, Neville, glory, I'll show you some glory. So anyway, that's the summary of this. And the scholars, Ronaldo is fine in the team. He just got to come back in the team as long as he's fine being a second striker to Marcus Rashford, and also knowing that he's going to play Europa League minutes. And the this is the Rio Ferdinand school of thought. They believe that you got to empathize, and sympathize with Ronaldo so much to the extent that you really understand where he was institutionally wronged and how he should have, been let go. And that is why now he feels that he deserves to throw the tantrum that he did. But anyway, Ronaldo has been heard, like, to some extent, Kanye West, it was more of a let my emotions pour out, and and some people will hear me, some people will feel me, some people won't. I feel like that's a similar type of situation with Ronaldo, but that's a topic for another situation. So anyway, that's the CR7 in out spectrum and the schools of thought and where they lie in the spectrum. Woo! That was a long summary. I might need to take a little sip of. Hold on. Now, moving on to something that is, that we talked about at the very, 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 very beginning of the show was the Antony spin. It's pretty much, I was like, some people were like, oh man, this board is still wet. Woo-wee! Let me, there we go. It's a little dry on it. Okay, so Antony. Let me find a different marker. Is that a different marker? Antony spin. I hope this is somewhat visible, because this is a permanent marker and I do not want to use a permanent marker because we know what happened last time. We know exactly what happened last time, so I do not want to use a permanent marker. Anyway, whiteboard issues. We'll use the fading marker. There's another one that I can't find at this very moment, but whatever. Antony spin, the spectrum of responses pretty much was like, hell nah, hell nah. And then to people that understood that, like, okay, it's a move, it could do this, it could do that, but like it didn't work out at that moment. So we pretty much had so many people that were leaning more to the hell nah, so many legends leading more to the hell. You know what? I'm getting tired of listening to ex-players, ex-professionals in football that are, now, having a microphone. Like, I eat Graham Souness and Tim Sherwood. Tim Sherwood ain't saying nothing reckless lately, but like they're like grumpy white old men to me that say back in my day, back in the 90s, we used to spit like this. Back in my, you know what I'm saying? They're just kind of just like stuck in their own way, stuck in their old methods, and they don't understand that evolution happens and you need to adapt, you need to reanalyze and consider all the new variables that come into the situation when you're trying to make an analysis of any situation in today's world. Anyway, to move on a little bit from that general rant, and to be more specific, let's just put it like this. All right. So we have a spectrum, right, of hell nah, which is Robbie Savage, right? Savage saying, hell nah, Antony, never do that again. That's embarrassing. Sir Alex Ferguson wouldn't let that shit happen. Like he just, so he went on a tirade. He made it a soup, stew, dessert, and an entree out of that, and went on and said, why are we spending so much? Is it because he's from a different land? Come on, Robbie Savage, explain it. Why so many minutes on Antony's spin and how it's unacceptable in your terms and embarrassing, and you just spend almost 10 minutes on it. Eric Ten Hag had a very, 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 very more tasteful, balanced spin on it. He mentioned it was actually a little bit more to the I side than the hell nah side. It was almost here. That's right, hug. Right here. It was almost like, okay, that can attract players. That's a skill that could work. But I will correct him. He said that. But he also he started first by focusing on the fact that like Antony there were other elements that were way more important than focusing on that spin that he needed to focus on and improve upon, and that is the thing to just celebrate and be like, hey, Robbie Savage, direct your focus to that, because that's what this is the ringmaster right here. 10 Hag, 9 Hag. That's the ringmaster. That's the guy to be focusing on. But anyway, that's the 10. I'd say the more balanced. Scholes didn't know where to go. That's why he's more balanced. I'll just leave it right there. I'd say if you want to ask me who lies between the Savages and the Scholes scholars, it's the Gab McCordy and Julian Laurent school of thought. The Marcorius and the Laurent. Parce que en français on dit pas on prononce pas le S. Laurent. Okay, we all know it's plural now though. The McCordys and the Laurents. These guys right here, they take the toll line between the scholars and the Savages. The Savages are just savages. They're like, hell nah. And then obviously we said, okay, so the people that are almost closest to the I is the Hargreaves. Owen Hargreaves went to the extent of like, okay, one spin is I. The second spin was a little too much sauce. He went to that extent, and I gotta give the brother credit because, like, yo, you need some. We need to see some sauce. Hargreaves. I won't say much about your visits to. Actually, let's just like sin bin that thought. I'll just want to say this. Hargreaves, I love the fact that like you love spice and a little bit of paprika and a little bit of sauce and a little bit of garnish. You know what I'm saying? Salt Bay vibes on the meal, cause like you don't want that stale. Hey, you gotta sing in tune. You can't improvise. You can't give your riff. That like you know what I'm saying? You a little bit. You were trying to embrace that, but you also didn't really fully own it. But like you gave an attempt to be. I need somebody that's gonna be like hell yeah, not hell nah to I need hell nah to hell yeah, and that's where you'd find me somewhere over there. That's where I lie on the spectrum. But anyway, this is how much we're gonna talk about the Antony spin and the CR7 in, CR7 out. Wow, that's a whole lesson right there. Wow. McCordy and Laurent, the Savages, the school scholars, the Haggists or Haggism, those that believe in Haggism, and the Owen Hargreaves. Hargreavists. That's a little hard to pronounce. I don't know. Anyway, making that shit on the spot ain't easy. But you know what ain't easy? Getting 2 goals from West Ham because Fred hit the freaking post. Fred. Wow. That was an interesting game to watch because like had we gotten that second goal, we would not have like had to play hang on. But also somebody on the other side that's trying to play devil's advocate would be like, nah, y'all didn't get fair and square, y'all didn't get that second goal, so y'all weren't able to really capitalize, and so y'all don't fully deserve the 3 points cause y'all were really playing hang on. And that's the truth. The last 15 minutes of that game, it was Manchester United playing, Lord Jesus, hold the wheel. I'm trying to hang on, hold on. Just a little while longer. Oh, hold on. Just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. My goodness, I hope this party that I'm going to is going to be ready for me, because I'm coming in with my own vibes. But anyway, this is still a little wet. Can I get a proper cloth? 1 second. There we go. So, real quick, we're going to skim through the grades before I forget them, because I know once I go to the party, we're going to forget everything about the game when I come back, and I'm not going to do the grades. And you know what? I will be a bad educator once again. So we're just going to start by saying high five to the grade section. High five to Dean Henderson. High five, Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson. Oh, man. Dean Henderson. You know, I'm not going to say much to you, Dean Henderson. Just a high five. You conceded 5 goals, and also that attitude, you know, that you had is the one that just make me want to say a high five to you. So, Dean Henderson, high five. That's all. We're going to leave it right there, homie. Let's move on to the grades real quick. All right. Dean, I don't know if you really want to come back, but maybe come back. But for now, David De Gea is the man that we're going to grade, okay? And the man gets an A for the saves that he made. David De Gea, the save versus Declan Rice, the save versus Antonio, that earns you an A. You didn't have a really crazy errors in your distribution, but you did the job, and you get an A. Luke Shaw, yo, I see you guys watching on Twitter. Hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hop off Twitter and hop on YouTube. You can just hit a couple of clicks. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll end up on the YouTube channel where you can make comments to the grades or whatever I'm saying, or say Happy Halloween or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or say Happy End of 2022. Because that's what I wish for you. Anyway, Luke Shaw. It should be a B, let's be honest, but like an A, you earn the A because one, it's a clean sheet. Second of all, it's also like I saw you create an offensive chance. It was a very weird game where you have limited chances as a fullback to create for your striker, and you did create something around the 60th minute. And had Ronaldo judged his jump right, it most likely could have been a goal. So you get an A for that. You did marginally contribute offensively, but defensively you were present. So it's an A minus. It's A, okay? Maguire, you were MIA or rusty in the first half, but you will get an A because it's a clean sheet and you were there and felt like you were needed in the second half. Harry Maguire. Wow. Who would have thought? Of course, next to you was the ever so reliable Martinez. Martinez, you get an A, my hermano. ¿Cómo lo hace? No sabe. Pero yo sé que eres el jefe y que mi sueño. I hope you keep going with that performance. They whatever they gonna say. Graham Sulis gonna say whatever, but you know what? Don't pay no attention to Graham. We all know he a crackhead. We all trying to find his dealer's number. So for you right now, focus on what you gotta do, and you're gonna keep. You've been getting A's, hermano. Are you trying to play for player of the season? If Argentina wins the World Cup, you have the responsibility to take Man United to a couple of cups, and you might be a contender for Ballon d'Or. But anyway, we're gonna move on to Dalo, who is also playing like Cancelo, appearing offensively. Appearing a lot defensively. This is why you're going to get this A, because of your defensive headers and your defensive contribution. Dalo, your defensive clearances have been so impeccable and immaculate, and you're growing as a defender. That's why the whole back line gets an A. Wow! It's the clean sheet. That's what a clean sheet going to do for you. Okay, let's go to Casemiro. Casemiro, it should be an A minus, but it's going to be a B plus. Here's why. Very, very important. You're like, as Eric said it, the cement to the stones. The one that just like that does the subtle work that nobody realizes, but is so important to the ticking of the ball, to the tempo of the game, to neutralizing opponents' attacking momentum, and you're so good at that. And you were good at that in the first half. In the second half, there was a couple of misplaced passes that really lowered your grade. But that's the thing. It's just like it's a B, but deep down we all know it's an A minus. Okay, all right, Casemiro. Now Eriksen, you. One of the few midfielders that are getting A. Why? Because you created a chance for Elanga. A clear one-on-one chance for Antony Elanga. And Rhythm is a dancer could not bury the chance. And that pains me to say that. But you did your job. And more importantly, you provided the more important assist. So that is why it's an A. Okay, Bruno? It's really a C plus. But between me and you, it's a B, because I need you to be providing more than Eriksen. You are playing a more advanced attacking midfield position than Eriksen, and you should have been the one. You definitely did do some good passes, and I saw you showing a new aspect to your temperament as a player, recycling the ball where you don't need to attack, passing the ball to Casemiro, passing the ball to a defender, and that was so beautiful to watch. Matter of fact, I'll just share this screen real quick. Do I still have it? Oh my goodness. Let's see if I still have it. Oh, woo, buddy. Do I have it? No, I don't. Well, it's the main point is the fact that you were instrumental in detailing the tempo. So it's no more a C plus. It's a B plus. Okay, Bruno, you're lucky I'm leaving and I'm about to go to a party. Now, let's talk about CR7. It's a B. Let's just be fair and honest. You're pressing. Ten Hag needs to talk to you, and he said he will. You're pressing a little bit too early. You need to chill with the pressing. I know you're trying to prove yourself, and everybody's doubting if you can run around but you know, Erling Haaland is not running around like a headless chicken, like a clueless Jesse Lingard, or a very energetic Jesse Lingard, depending on what side of the fence you're sitting on. But you need to just conserve your energy, brother. You're the GOAT. we're waiting for CR 700, and is it going to be CR 718? We don't know. I don't know how many goals you're going to score this season, but we need you to chill out for a second. Now, the person that I want to say is Rashford. Oh, Rashford, you got your goal. All right, you get an A because you're now adding a new dimension into your playing qualities. Headers, power headers. Ooh, big up to South London in the building. Spursy Mikel Arteta in the building. He's like, yo, we're talking about how Rashford is now. He's now a player that has the ball. He's now a player that Zuma was in that defense line, and Zuma is a player that Mourinho can big up many times. But Marcus Rashford won a header, and Marcus Rashford is now also, because it was his birthday today, he's now no more a young boy. He's a young man. Marcus, you are a young man. You are a man from now on, Simba. You've grown the hair now around your neck. We need to see some more. Yo, big up to Neil Kane in the building. Yo, so we talking about how Marcus is now a big man. It was his birthday like a few hours ago, so happy birthday, Marcus. Now we need to see some more from you as a player, as a forward. You've been adding the headers, like the header that we all said, like, oh, Ronaldo would have scored that. I think it was versus Newcastle. You're out here showing what you can do with the headers now. So big up to you, Marcus. You get that A. The person that we're gonna be like, okay, Elanga. What can we say, Elanga? You know, I've been one of those people that you know, when you show up when you're part of the group assignment, but you're not really contributing effectively, but you're contributing somehow. And Antony Elanga is there for the vibes. Antony Elanga is the guy that's there to just say, I'm here for the jokes. Y'all roll the weed, yo. Fill up the glasses, and I'll just tell the jokes. Even when the jokes run out, he'll be like, I'm here for the jokes. I ain't got no money to contribute. Antony, you gotta have some money to contribute, because like what was I seeing? Look at this. Like, yo, I do not want to be focusing on Antony Elanga right now, but like I have to show this real quick in the review for the game, because it is so important in analyzing and talking about Antony Elanga's performance. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Manchester United passing network. Now, the arrow brightness reflects the number of passes completed between the players. Now, obviously, so that means the thicker the arrows, the more passes. So you can see that we are having an isolated. It don't take a rocket scientist. It don't take no Graham Souness or anybody to figure out that. Like, by the way, on Graham Souness, here's what I'm going to say real quick before we continue this. Is like, if you're asking somebody that like is a locksmith. Yeah, he knows how to like deal with doors. Maybe he might have been there when a couple of doors are installed, etc. You know, but the man is a locksmith. He's not a builder. He's not an architect. You cannot be asking the person architect questions, asking for architect insight and architect perspectives for a Graham Souness, who is merely a locksmith. He was a player, great player, and he's a terrible pundit. Goodbye, Graham. Anyway, now we see 36 here. You can tell the man is lonely. He's lonely island, lonely planet. He's chilling by himself, and we can tell that like right now there's a congestion situation that needs to be figured out right here. Either it's Rashford or it's Ronaldo. Somebody is over here because like we know that like of course Ten Hag likes to overload one flank sometimes, but like it cannot be for the whole game. He's talked about being balanced, and Antony Elanga, fine. It's maybe you haven't really fitted in, and like you don't command the same sort of like respect that Antony Dos Santos has on the right when he gets the ball, and then he's able to sort of like dictate the play and find Casemiro a little bit more, and stretch the play a little bit that way. So maybe that could be the situation. And Antony Elanga was just trying to sort of like fit in, get in where he fit in. But Antony Elanga, we can't have those vibes anymore, brother. We can't have those vibes right now, because right now you need to be imposing yourselves. You saw what Garnacho did. So it's a terrible. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then Eric, 10, Hag. You got 3 points. You have to get an A. That is how we're going to end the grading session. With one more spin and say, Happy Halloween, Antony. Ooh, baby. I think I'm definitely ready to party. Thank you for tuning in. Spursy, Mikel Arteta, thank you for tuning in. Neil Kane, big up to you. Don't forget, drink more water, get more sleep, love your mama, love your papa, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also, beautiful girls here from 69 Triple X site. Oh my goodness, that is a spam. Yo, we got somebody that need to. This is crazy. We have to get you out of here.